Hello everyone. So for those of you that don't know my name is Stacy. I'm originally from Nigeria, from Delta State and Calabar. My mother is from Calabar. My father is from Delta State. And Cameroon is my country of adoption. Okay? So, in case you want to address me, you can call me Stacy, Stacy, and I will also give you the meaning of my name. So, I was brought up by my grandmother. She took me when I was 2 years old. And within that period, my father and my mother, they were no more together, so they used to fight for me. So it's like I've been having this trauma for a very long time. When my father take me with him, my mother would bring police. When my mother take me with her, my father would bring police. Then my father was a police officer. He was a very young man. The reason why my grandmother took me from them was because they were too young to have me. My mom was 16 and my dad was 23. So it happens to be that my father's side, we have my grandmother, that's my father's mother, my grandmother. Um, the brother was a herbalist, a very strong one. I think it's a family thing, you know. But my grandmother was, she was a Christian. She was from Catholic, and I was born and brought up in a Catholic home in a little village. And why my grandfather, my father's father too, they had this deity as well. Okay, I came from a village full of deities, and my mother's side was just full of marine. Okay, and I had this issue of those two spirits fighting who wants to own me. Most time I used to have um, convulsion when I was a little girl, and I usually have this convulsion when those spirits starts coming around. Like they have this native chalk all over their body, their face, and most time I eat with them, I interact with them, I share my food with them. Then several times they try to take me along with them. And then while I was battling as well with my mother's side spirit, the marine spirit. So I started attending MFA, okay, Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministry. My father became a pastor, but not in MFA. After my father died, I decided to attend this church, and I actually attended this church for a very long time. But there was one time I went to the prayer city for deliverance, and I stayed there for 2 weeks. Deliverance, like we fast dry, we pray and all that. So I was, after that deliverance, I went home. When I got home, I was just like laying down. It was like everything was just, you know, when you're going through spiritual trance, you will see, you have this like the sun is around, okay? Like the light is yellowish. It's not, it's yellowish, like yellow lights everywhere, and you could see properly, right? So the king of my village was seated on his throne, and there was this big snake that we have in our village, like very long snake. It has been in that tree for years, thousands of years, and it comes out only when there is an emergency. So the snake came, laying, like crossing the door, while an angel came down. Like, the angels are very huge, like they have this huge wings and all that. So the angel came down looking like very stressed out, like, tired. I looked at the angel, I was like, wow, even left a feather. Yeah. So I woke up. Then I was too whitish because I grew up in Paris too, stayed in Paris for 20 years, and some, like, some months in the US, okay, in California, because I had a fiance back then, back in the days, you know, who was a tennis coach that stays in, he's from California. So before I married my late husband. So I now I was asking my sister, what is this? What's all this? I explained the whole dream to her. I didn't know that she wasn't even my sister, she was against me. It was after during my spiritual awakening journey that I realized that, man, I was just born into a karmic home, you know. So nobody cared about me. They turned me into their black sheep. I was just doing everything. My money was just going on them. My jewelries was sold, to take care of them and all that. Why I was like, I had nothing, but they were still comfortable and all that. So I wanted to share this little part of me with you people. The day my grandmother died, I I was 9 years old. I was I was with my mom, and I had that dream that morning. So I was explaining to my stepfather that I had a dream. I was entering the church and everybody was bowing to me, and I was, they gave me this big, like a big throne. I sat, and my grandmother gave me this huge crown, like full of ruby, all those shining stones and everything. So I was wearing that crown, and she gave me a piece of gold, and I held it in my hand. So when I asked my stepfather, he said my grandmother was dying and she was giving me everything. So that's the end of the story for today. I love you guys. I hope you enjoy it, and let's continue praying. Everything will be okay. I love you guys.